Hello, crafty friends, and welcome back. Today I am playing with Christmas in January, where everybody creates a layout with a Christmas theme. So I am working on a pocket page. Here I'm showing you it's actually the back side of the pocket page, and I had purchased a grab bag from Colorcast Designs, and it came with this page pieces from Simple Stories and like three or four of the papers. So, and then I also had the same paper pack from, I think I might have won it at a scrapbook event. I don't know. I got it somewhere for free. Anyway, so I had those pieces from the kit that I purchased from Colorcast Designs, as well as some papers. So I pretty much stuck to what was in those particular pieces. And so here I'm kind of just laying out. I have all my pocket pages here showing, or all each of the pockets and where my pictures are going to go. And I start to go through and think of what I want where. And so here I decided that I do have a bit of journaling that I want to do about those four pictures at the bottom. And the rest are just kind of miscellaneous December everyday pictures. So they didn't really need any journaling, but the ones at the bottom I did want to write a little story about. So here I'm just taking pieces from that page pieces ephemera and just laying them out, seeing where I think they might work. A couple things stay the same, a couple things go away, a couple things come in. I also take one of here you can see it here, that decide to fussy cut a few pieces from the 2x2 pieces. Some of them I fussy cut and use, and some of them will go into my stash, like the snow globe. It ended up being too big for where I thought I was going to use it. So I do end up using this camera, and I think I go back in. I don't know if I do this on camera, but I do go back in and cut a few other things as well to use throughout here. And so here's where I go in and I decide to um, trim that off, because I'm going to cut one of those pieces in the middle. So I'm going to fussy cut this tree that is on this craft colored print paper here. So that one does make it onto one of the pockets. And then now I have that strip of paper that was from the 4x4 cut aparts. And the top row were cards that I probably wouldn't use as is. And so I used the back of those areas to mat my photos. And I didn't mat all of them in the green. Some of them I have just white cardstock, and then the other piece, the few that I did matte in the green, uh, was from that top row of the pocket cards. And so here I am just Frankensteining some of my craft foam here and getting it on the back of these Christmas trees. And just checking the spacing there. I do use a little bit of regular adhesive as well as some liquid. Even though it's going to be in a pocket page, that it just makes sure that it is adhered down to the paper, both initially to hold the paper on, and then the liquid will make sure it stays. So, and oh, that poinsettia, that was one of the other pieces that I did some fussy cutting. So I do my initial design of just putting the pictures on, and then I come back through and do add a few little bits and pieces here and there as well towards the end. So here, just doing a dry fit, see how I want that to go on. And there you see that I do end up not using that little border strip with the poinsettias, that it actually comes in a little bit later somewhere else. Spoiler alert, right? And so I just go with that. I think it says, "Oh, what fun." And I tested a few things to see if it worked and decided against it. Just left it at the one little piece there. And again, adding some more foam tape to this poinsettia that's going to go on the corner. And then I will take that fussy cut camera and tuck it underneath to finish off that cluster. So getting that glued on there and tuck that in there and just cutting off the little bits that are hanging off the edge once I am done. So there is my journaling spot. I haven't done my journaling yet, that I will do that here in a little bit off camera, and we'll show it to you towards the end. And basically what it is that the little chair that he is sitting on, that is one of the items that I chose to keep from my grandparents' house when they had both passed away. And so in this case, they had their grandchildren, which would have been me and my cousins, and then the next round of great grandchildren that have sat on that chair, which would be my daughter. And then now, what would have been their great great grandson has now sat on that chair. So I just wanted to tell that little story there. And so here you can see that I have completely changed up what is going in that small banner piece up there off to the side, that I did pull this one piece out of my 49 and Market. I actually think it's from a reminiscence book, or it's from a piece of paper from, oh shoot, Elizabeth Crafts, which I know, same thing, that they create those reminiscence books as well. So here, the final touch that I'm adding in, that I didn't want to put those tiny stars and hearts back into my stash, so I decided to I'm using my jewel picker to pick up the hearts, and I'm just putting a dab of glue down, sticking it on, and that works. So I got all of those little bits and pieces on there. There is my journaling there. I did pull out a few rub-ons from 49 and Market as well to add a few final touches. So here are the close-up shots. If you have any questions for me, please feel free to leave those down below. There is a link of everybody playing along with Christmas in. My video is running late because of internet issues today, but hopefully you can go and see everybody that was playing along and give them a little bit of love. Thanks for stopping by. We'll see you next time. Bye.